my friends, Stephanie Bernard at the Stamps of Life, and I have a quick tip for you. Now this tip I've always used this tip on my own, and I know I've done a video about it a long time ago, but the question came up again. Actually, it was really weird. It came up twice at the last show, and so I thought, you know what, it's time to do another quick tip. Now, chances are you got, if you're in the club, you got the llama. I'm thinking mainly of the llama and the reindeer stamps. And I've heard from people saying, oh, look, when I stamp it and I put my die down, it doesn't line up. So you made a mistake, Stephanie, when you designed the dies, because look, the die doesn't line up to the stamp. Well, this time it wasn't my fault. I actually didn't make a mistake. It's how we're putting them on the blocks. So when you put your bigger stamps, this is good for any bigger stamps that have more ability to move. This is what you're going to want to do. Now, I do think she looks cute with her head tilted a little bit that way, but what you're going to want to do is take the die, if you're having this problem, take the die, lay it down, face down, blade down. We're going to take the stamp down, so the image is going to be stamped down, and we're going to lay it into that die. Then we're going to kind of move it around a little bit. We're going to make sure it gets exactly where it needs to be. Now remember, everything's face down. I'm going to take my big block, and I'm going to lay it right like that. Press. It's going to lift up my stamp exactly where it needs to be. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that baby girl up. It's exactly where in the spot she needs to be. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to stamp. Of course, I'm going to press on the back when I have a larger stamp, because you want to always make sure you get even pressure. Lift up. There's my cutie pie. And when I take my die, I'm going to lay that down, and look at that. It lines up perfectly. Now, in fact, we're going to run it through, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to lay that down. I have my magnetic platform. I'm going to line that little girl up perfectly. I always think she's a girl because she just looks like one. And we are going to run that through the machine. Easy peasy. Problem solved. This time Stephanie is not guilty of making a mistake, which I do all the time. But this time it's good to go, because look at that. We have the perfectly cut reindeer. Now she's ready to color. Thank you so much for joining me on another quick tip with Stephanie Bernard at the Stamps of Life. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.